This is the newest release from Penelope and crafted to be paired with medium-bodied cigars. Does this one hit the spot and is it worth chasing? I am excited to jump into this one. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. I'm Doc Martinez and today I'm excited about this review. I love cigar blends. Even though I don't really smoke a lot of cigars, I have one like every 3 to 4 months, I still love the blends. Now you can see that this one's almost halfway gone. Why, you're wondering? Well, mostly I do share most of it, but I have had a few sips. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour some out, let it breathe, and then we'll get into the bottle a little bit. Ooh, let's set it up. Pop, and let's pour some out. Make sure we have a good pour so we can review this really nicely here. All right, let's set this aside, let it breathe, and get a little bit into this bottle. Penelope Bourbon states that they elevate the timeless pairing of whiskey and cigars with their debut of the Cigar Sessions Chapter 1. The blend of unique American whiskeys featured in Cigar Sessions Chapter 1 is straight bourbon, 100% American single malt, and American light whiskey, which results in one-of-a-kind rich and balanced profile developed specifically to enhance the enjoyment of a medium-bodied cigar. This unique new addition to Penelope's limited releases expression was crafted in collaboration with the renowned cigar blenders Sign Coburn of Descent Cigars and Lee Marsh of Stolen Throne Cigars. Anytime I do a review, I love to share, so stay tuned to find out how you can win a sample of this if it's not all gone by the time we're done. Bottle details: Penelope Cigar Sessions Chapter 1. Classification: American whiskey. Distillery: Ross and Squibb Distillery. Release date: June 2025. Proof on this is 101 proof, making it 50.5% ABV. Age: 6 years. Finish: none stated. Mashbill: 72% corn, 15% rye, and 13% malt. MSRP is $79.99 in 2025. Anytime I do a review, I do a scoring of 1 to 10 on aromas, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and of course, would I buy again? All right, I got my trusty book out, and if you notice, I did pour 2 different samples. Probably wondering why, right? Well, I got a special guest today that I'm bringing on, and so today we're gonna try to answer a question. Can a monkey be trained to taste and review a whiskey? Only one way to find out. Let's bring the monkey on. Come on in.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm back.
I'm back.
So this is actually his first review with me
Ever.
But when we're doing our lives, he's over there giving some tasting notes, and he's actually pretty good at it now. He's gotten a lot better, so I figured why not have him do a review with us? I figured that would be fun. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So first of all, let's just get it, and you're just going to look at it. And just look, what kind of color do you see there?
It's like a nice amber light color.
Yeah, it's a light amber though, right? Like more on the yellowish side. Looks like somebody who didn't drink enough water when they went to urinate. But it is a pretty color. You can pretty much see right through it. So nice color on this, but not very dark. Not very dark, right? And then I always like to swirl it around a little bit and like see how does it stick to this glass. And on this one, you can see there's legs coming down on mine, but they're coming down kind of quickly. It doesn't stick very, they're not very tight. They're pretty wide separated, but they're coming down at a very good pace. So they're not sticking to it very well. And so a lot of times that means there's not a lot of oils, right? Okay. So now we're going to start rating. So the first thing we're going to do is actually just kind of smell it. Okay. Tell us what you smell when you smell that. And then we're going to rate that from 0 to 10. Okay. From 0 to 10. Okay, ready? Cheers. Oh, we're not drinking yet. We're not drinking. You're right.
There's a nuttiness to it, like a walnut type of thing.
That's interesting. And it's also, I smell a lot of sweetness to it. But the thing with this one, with the other ones that you've smelled, right? Other ones that you've taken that time, this one's very light. Not a lot of smell to it.
Yeah, you don't get that strong, like what I call the chemical taste. You don't get that strong chemical. It's just, it's really light, really refreshing.
Yeah, and the alcohol doesn't hit you very
correct either. It doesn't.
So there is, like you said, there is that. I'm getting a little bit, like a hint of, actually, I hadn't noticed this before, but a little hint of banana in the background for some weird reason.
That's what it is. Like a banana peel.
We're just very light. It's not very strong, but you get that nuttiness, you get that sweetness. So from 0 to 10, what would you rate this?
Me, I would go about a 4.
Ooh, you're very low on this, which is
just because I've had some that it smelled really good.
Which is good. That's good. I think it's an average smell, so I'm actually going with a 5. But I honestly thought you were going to rate higher. So I'm surprised, but that's good. That's good. All right. So now the fun part. Okay. Our first sip. So this first sip, you just kind of taste it, and our tongues are not acclimated yet. It's going to go through all the flavors, and we're not going to be able to pick everything out, but that's okay. We're just gonna, kind of just taste it for the first time. So what are you thinking?
Very fruity. I can't tell what it is, but very fruity. It doesn't last very long though.
And we'll talk more about finish later, but but it did go through evolution pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And you said there's fruity, there is maltiness to it.
Yes.
That hint of there's a hint of banana, and then all of a sudden it gets bitter to me. And see, this is the first time I'm having it kind of by itself. Every time we've had this, it's been on a live or something else. So we've had all these drinks before.
Yeah.
So now I'm tasting it for the first time as itself.
Yeah, the bitterness kind of lasts in the back of the
That's what's staying there right now. And that's what I'm tasting too. So from a scale from 1 to 10, what are you rating the first initial taste on it?
About a 6.
Okay. And you're actually really close to where I'm at. I'm at a 5.5 with that. And it's average, but a little bit above average, but not like wowing me yet, right?
Correct.
So the next one is complexity. How does this evolve on the tongue? So this time, take your sip. Hold on that tongue a little bit longer before you swallow it, and then swallow, okay?
Gotcha.
So here you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
So I like that it stuck a little bit more on my tongue, but that mid palate and then that bitterness that comes at the end is still pretty prominent.
Yes.
So are you tasting any other notes that you hadn't tasted on the first one?
No, just a little bit more bitter. And it's still, there's this sweetness to it. I can't tell what it is, but there's this sweetness to it. Really faint, really light, but it gets quickly taken over by that bitterness.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I taste that sweetness in there. I have a little hint of citrus, more like kind of a lemony. That nuttiness you were talking about is in there as well. That banana is very faint. I don't know if I'm making it up or not, but I taste it very faintly. Then that bitterness is what I'm thinking is more like a dark chocolate to me. And dark chocolate's very, very bitter to me. Yes. So you get it like, I think that's kind of like, so you can taste that sweetness, but there is that malty flavor in there too. I do have that malt, but that quickly goes away with that dark chocolate bitterness to me. And that's what I taste at the end there. So that's what I'm tasting. So for complexity, what do you want to give that?
I'm gonna say around the same. I'm gonna say like a 5.5.
5.5. Okay. And I'm actually going to give that a little bit more than that, a 6.5. And the reason is I like that there's a lot going on there in such a short period of time. There is. We're going to talk about finish in a second here, but right there and that there's quite a lot going on there, and I get to taste little things here and there, and I like when it goes through a little bit of complexity like that. So next is mouthfeel. That's what you kind of been. How does it coat the tongue, the thickness, the viscosity in there, and like how it sticks there. We're not talking about the length yet. That's going to be at the finish, but we're talking about how does it feel on your mouth, right? Okay. So going for another sip there. Getting a little bitter with it.
Getting a little bitter. Yeah.
Getting a little bitter. Not more bitter. Which
it's getting better. It's
on my tongue, I don't get much on the tip.
Correct.
Sticks in the middle of my tongue a lot. That's where most of the flavor is sticking. And then I have like dryness on the roof of my mouth. So it's starting to change a little bit on me. I'm getting a little bit more of the tannic notes. It's not very aged, but a little bit of like, if I were to chew on leather, I taste that a little bit like a leather there as well.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. It has a little bit of a hug, not a big hug, but it has a little bit of a hug there. Like, I like you kind of, hey buddy, how you doing, right?
Yeah.
But most of that flavor to me is in the mid-tongue.
It is.
That's where it's staying. Do I like the way it feels? Do you like the way it feels on your tongue?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too alcohol forward where it's just burning. It just kind of like just easily coats through your tongue. Yeah. But yeah, it does stay in that middle of the tongue. Kind of towards the back end of it a little bit. Not anything in the front. I don't get that dryness in the tongue.
The thing on the the tip is like, but it just passes that, right?
Yeah, it always just sticks in that middle of the tongue.
With me, with this one, I'm starting to get more of that dryness. So now I feel like I want to drink something that's not this, like a water to coat my tongue because I have that dryness in the middle, which something that I'm not always crazy about. This one's not over drying. I've had some where they're so over drying, you don't get to enjoy any of it. At least we still have flavor here, right? So what do you want to give a mouthfeel?
Mouthfeel, I'm going to stay with that 5.
Okay. And I'm actually going to give that a 5.5 on the mouthfeel. All right. Now, we've been talking about this a lot. Finish. How does it stay and how does it finish on that tongue? So, going for another sip and let's do that. That's interesting.
Ooh.
I got like, when you get like an orange covered in darker chocolate? I got that on that one. So I'm tasting more of that citrus, more of that orange. Earlier it was like a lemon to me. Now it's like an orange covered in a dark chocolate.
That's funny you said that because it tastes to me like an orange peel, like a blood orange.
Yeah. Or like those candied oranges and you dip that in chocolate or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like the bitter side of the orange, not the sweet side of one.
Correct.
So I can see what you're saying. What else do you taste on that? Do you taste anything else?
No, just that nuttiness. It's still there. Very faint though, not as prominent as it was in the beginning. But yeah, I'm getting that fruitiness, a little bit more crisp, a little bit more clear. That's about it. I'm not getting any other notes.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that, like I was talking about earlier, a little bit of tannic, a little bit of leather, a little bit of oakiness, but it's super light in there.
Yeah,
I don't remember what was the age statement on this. I don't know if it had an age statement. You can tell it's not very aged.
Correct. Yeah.
You can tell that, but that you can still taste a little bit that it's it's not a 3 or 4 year. It's a little bit older than that. You can tell that for sure. I think a part of that also is that maltiness, that there's a lot of malt in here that also is kind of giving you that that bitterness in the flavor as well. So for finish, what do you want to give that?
For finish, I must stay with that 5. I'm gonna go 5.5.
Okay.
Because it doesn't stay too long. It does give you a lot of flavor and a lot of like notes, but it disappears really, really quick.
Yeah. And I kind of agree with you. The only thing I'm gonna say is, even right now, I still taste that bitterness. So there's still a bitterness. I don't agree that it disappears, but it doesn't stay very strong. And the sweet notes and those other notes that I enjoy more do go very quick. Yeah. So I'm actually going to give that a 6.5 because the finish is long. It's just not my favorite finish. Would I buy again? Now, this is an $80 bottle.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a limited release or is it something they're going to be putting out. I'm assuming because it's called Chapter 1. There's going to be a chapter 2, chapter 3, so on and so forth. But is this something like, if you were to go to a store and say, hey, you saw this on the shelf, would you pay $80 for this bottle?
Well, I pay $80 for the bottle one time.
Okay. Yeah. So you would buy, right? So if you're to rate that, and right now it's hard to find. It's not going to be on the shelf. You have to kind of know somebody to be able to get it. Very rarely are you going to see this on the shelf. But if you were to do that and you rate that from 0 to 10, what would you rate that buy again?
To buy it again or to...
Well, buy it again. Let's say buy it again.
Buy it again, about a 6.
Okay. So you're a lot stricter than I am on it. As this grows on me, I think I can see how this would pair with a medium-bodied cigar, right? I smoke enough cigars to say, okay, this is going to be perfect with it. I've had other ones that I really like. We've had a few that we smoke with cigars that we've enjoyed together.
Yeah.
This one, I would like to try it. I would like to try this with a cigar and see really how it pairs. At $80, Penelope's, that's about their price range. So for being a special release, I think it's actually not a bad price.
Okay.
Do I wish this was more like, if it was like 60 to 65, I say buy again.
Yes.
All the time, right? The fact that, it's more of an $80 range, that's $20 more. I would buy again because I'm mostly through this one and I do want another bottle and I like to have the cigars, my cigar collection of them so I can try them differently. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7. All right, Natividad. So I came out with 35.5 out of 60 and you came out with 32 out of 60. 32. That just shows it's just a little above average.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very surprised. One, a lot of times with new people, will rank a little bit higher, and you stuck to your guns. I said, I'm proud of you for doing that. Stick to your guns. That's what you believe in. Stick to that. So I like that. I like that we were very close and that you were actually lower than me. I was expecting you to be higher. The other thing is we've had so many pours of this with other things. Yeah. I've really enjoyed it other times a lot more than today.
I did too.
So what is changing it today? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Now, the only thing I can think of is we did an old fashioned before this. Could that sweetness and the bitters have thrown us off? It possibly could have. This is what we came up with today. Yeah. This was our score today. So any last thoughts on this?
I mean, it's still really good. And like you said, we've had it before. We've enjoyed it before. Mm-hmm. It's just today it was different. Yeah. It was just
didn't hit the spot today.
It didn't hit the spot. Yeah. It was a little just average.
Yeah.
But still really good.
Yeah.
Still really, really good.
Which I think is funny because I think you've had so much good to great bourbon.
Yeah.
That when you get something like this that is still a good bourbon, it just seems average. To you, which I think is nice. I think I've done a good job then.
It's not nice.
You've been I've paid you really well.
Yeah.
For helping in the background there.
Yeah, but I can't afford the stuff that you paid me with.
I think me and you're gonna have to try this again. We won't film it next time. We'll sit down when we have nothing else, and it'll be our first sip of that time, and see what we think that time, and then we'll come back and say, what is there anything different, or do we still rate the same? I'm very curious. I'm very curious for that. So, let's talk about how you guys. After all that, let's talk about how you can win the sample before he drinks it all. So the way you can win a sample is in the comments below, put in there which is your favorite cigar blend. Woo! Almost dropped that.
We have to do that again.
Yeah. So which is your favorite cigar blend? I want to know. I like cigar blends. I have quite a few. But is there something I'm missing that I need to taste or something that we need to taste, right? Also in the comments below, put in their hashtag monkey cigar. Hashtag monkey cigar, all right? And then you'll have a chance to win a sample of this as well. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me on thank you for joining us on another journey down our whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends.
Cheers.
But I have had a few shits.